G'day guys, and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So, start of a new series here today, and we're going to be going through the Infinite Dragon Ball history events. Going to try and make teams that can take out a number of missions at the same time, and so that's what we'll be doing in this first stage. So, versing the Super Warriors, and we need to use a team that has 3 Android Saga units as well as 3 androids in it. So pretty easy choice. We just go with the straight androids team here. So could certainly go the double free-to-play androids. I've elected to only use one of them just because I feel they can stack quite slowly. It can be painful. So especially if you've seen my LGE run through with those androids, when they don't stack they are pretty borderline useless, which is pretty depressing. But when they do stack, they can build up that defense really nicely and be really useful units. So we've got the Android 18 free to play here. So the Android 17 there is the Easy A strong unit. He's really good after his Easy A. He stacks defense and lowers defense as well, I believe. So here we go. She's getting off multiple supers, so she'll stack up nicely here for us. But yeah, he's definitely a good Android option. A number of the cells that you can Easy A, they're certainly usable in this event. I've elected just to go with the Prime Battle cell. I just like to have a unit that's going to give me some healing. But game was kind enough to give me my first rotation, so that's nice. There, we'll get off that. Yeah, we'll get off that 18 key. We might fire off a second 18 key and then let the Prime Battle cell in that last slot do the healing for us. Haven't used the Prime Battle cell pretty much at all since the link level update. Usually I'll run a Android 21 in that last slot for the team, but because we're running a pure Androids on an Android Saga team, Android Cell Saga team, sorry, I've elected to go with the cell instead because obviously she wouldn't have been getting that boost. But here we go. I should have, thinking about that, I should have put my int cell as leader. Would have been the smart thing to do, but not the end of the world. We'll get off another stack here, fill up our Dokkan meter a little bit more, and yeah, finish off poor old Krillin here. Should have put 18 into that first slot to finish him off. Would have been a bit unrealistic, but fitting. But he probably more fitting that 17 KOs him actually. Not that a lot of people would count that GT of 17 coming after him as Dragon Ball Z anyway, but yeah. So we'll take there, and there we go, 3 18 key supers. Poor old Tien could be in for a hard session here. Remembering that these 2 cells are getting the support from the Fizz Android Trio, so any rotation where we're going to have the Android Trio on rotation essentially is going to be a good one for us. So we'll take that. Want to save up those int orbs on the other side, and that worked out perfectly because we're sorry about that, the game just crashed again. Geez, just about the most regular thing that happens on Dokkan Battle at the moment is it crashes, always seems to crash. Let me know how you guys are finding that. I am running an iPhone 8, so not the newest phone in the business. That could be a reason why, but still it's I haven't updated either actually, so not on the new iOS, so can't use that as an excuse. So yeah, not sure why it's happening, but is happening pretty regularly. But poor old Piccolo's in for a world of pain here. That's big 24 key super. Fire it up. We'll do a heal there and then launch off another 18 key. So yeah, Piccolo is not going to survive this one, the poor bloke. So 3.6, this friend cell was rainbowed with pretty much all link level 9 and then 2 10s. Unfortunately, Big Bad Bosses was not 10. As we know, that is the most important link to get to 10. So bit sad that that one wasn't available to us, but still a very good find to get such a highly leveled cell. So as you just saw, was fiddling to see which key path was going to leave the most int orbs available to us for next rotation for cell, because those two cells, int cells, are our huge damage getters here. The rest of the units are really just, they're not making up space, but they're the defensive backbone of the team, that are just, this will hurt because she hasn't stacked up a whole lot as I'm talking about defensive backbone, but they're the units that are just sort of holding out until the other cell can come through and really power through. So if you look down the bottom, you'll see the advantage of running those dual cell leaders is that our health bar is 584k, which is definitely on the higher end of the spectrum. A lot of teams you can get higher, especially with Patara, but considering I haven't got a full LR team here, that's a really high health stat, and that just gives you the sense of security that you are going to survive one or two supers. So definitely something to try for, just get that health bar up nice and high. The other thing is to consider when going into these Infinite Dragon Ball history event is that sometimes you're going to have to use items earlier on in the event, because it's not quite like the LGE where you have a chance to stack against the weaker enemies. That sucks. Didn't realise that our Dokkan attack was so close. But sometimes you won't get the chance to really stack up that defense before you can get hit for a couple supers. So you've got to be prepared to use those items early on. And in terms of items, I like to bring a Princess Snake. So she's giving you that heal as well as the damage reduction for one turn. So I think she's a must. And then in the other one is up to you, but I like to bring a Whis or an Icarus, just that damage reduction for 2 turns. If you've been using units that are stacking up their defense, you're going to be able to get enough heal in those 2 turns anyway. So that's why I like to bring the Icarus, because you're going to take very little damage and it gives you an opportunity to really heal up. So that's annoying to survive that with just a slither of health, but just like in the anime, Cell is destroying Vegeta. The other thing with the double int cells is that you do have the transformation as well. So you can, I wanted to save for the 18 key here, but if you get too low on health with this team, that you've got 2 options for full heals. So I've got one cell on rotation, so he is always going to be the potential to heal for us, and then the other cell floating. So it does just give you, it's essentially another 2 items if you can time it right. So plus you've got on this team that I've brought in here, you've got the 2 healers on their 12 key supers as well. So you certainly shouldn't be worried about health if you're able to bring both these, all 3 of these cells essentially, because yeah, you got the 2 perfects and then the 1 first form. So we've got a bit of damage off there. Hopefully we get a nice dodge. Yep, perfect. That's why those Android trios are so good, especially adding in their support passive. And we'll just collect that. Not that I can't imagine we'll need Cell in that last slot if we can get off multiple supers here, but as you can see, the attack stats not very high for the androids. Nice crit though. This will be close. I'm not sure whether we will quite get it finished, but there we go, we got the crit. So on to the next stage. So what do we got? We got Goku, so I think we must about be finished. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the second last stage. So we'll get off 2 18 keys, and then we've got the heal if need be in the middle. I don't think we will need it. The reason I didn't fire off the 18 key super with that fizz cell is just because we've got type disadvantage, so I can't picture him doing huge damage numbers. So yeah, 900k on the crit. Ooh, that's pretty hefty. The dodge. That's annoying. Nothing more disheartening than when one of your 18 keys gets dodged. We'll go like that into that, and we'll activate into the exchange for Android 16. So pretty cool. Have linked him up. We'll just have a quick look at his links. I've done a bit of work. Yeah, between 5 and 7, so not bad. Not that many of them are active, but we'll get off a big 18 key super with him too. Another dodge. Didn't realise that this Goku dodged so much. I couldn't remember that, but there's the advantage of your defense is stacking. Yeah, took nothing on that super, so 2.6 million. It's not bad, but we got type disadvantage, sorry, so unless we get a crit here, the damage is going to be pretty insignificant, yeah. But we fire off that additional. Not sure if that's with his passive. I know he does fire off the additional when he is versing a cell enemy. Not sure if that's the case with a Goku, but it very well could be. We can check that out later. So we'll take that big super there. That should just save us from an 18, yep. And then we'll just collect them there. That doesn't really matter. The one heal is enough. And as long as cells, not the one the fizz cells, not the one being supered, life will be all good. Yep, perfect. This will be 100k. Was literally just what I was just about to guess it would be, about 100. So we get off our little heal here. We're still sitting at 288k health, which is really good. And to think that that's less than half is pretty outrageous. It's a really good team. Excuse the sirens in the background. Always good timing for a video. But here we go. We've lined up some pretty decent int orbs there, so we'll get off the 18 key, and unless he does some dodging on us, we'll finish off Goku here, and we'll be able to move on to the last stage, I'm pretty sure, which is Gohan. Or there could be two Gohan last stages. I'm not sure. It was so long ago that I did this. I remember when I couldn't get these done. It took me so long because I never had a pure Saiyan leader up until I got a wrathful Broly and easy-ate him and was able to use him as a pure Saiyan leader, even though he was only at 120%. And then that really opened up my ability to be able to finish these Infinite Dragon Ball history events as well as the LGE events. So yeah, I did think it was one more there's one more Gohan after this, I'm sure. I'm 99% sure. I think it's int type. So we'll power through. I think so, anyway. But in terms of missions, this one isn't too bad. You can put together some really strong Android teams, especially Android Saga. Cell's got such a crazy leader skill with that +4 key and 170% across the board. So I would definitely recommend going double in-cell leaders. For some reason, I just used the Androids trio as leader. I think I already had them set for my Androids team, so that's why that was. We just got off pretty decent heals there with the Fizz Cell. I did put additional into my Fizz Cell because I wanted to be able to get off that heal in SBR with Androids for when I was doing that, so he was really useful on that front. Let's see, crits? No. The only thing with this team is there is no AGL units, which, as anyone knows, I like to use quite versatile teams with a number of different unit typings. So I'm not a fan of going in without an AGL type, so in the LGE run for Androids, I did use the Android 13. However, I just thought we better keep it all cell saga and yeah, stick with the double cell. So let's see what we take here. 49. So that just shows you how good this EZA unit is for these longer events. You can certainly bring in his int 18 counterpart. She's going to stack attack, however, not defense. So that's why I elected to bring in this free-to-play 18. She doesn't do much in the way of damage output, but she can get off these 3 supers and stack her defense up. We will have a look at her defense probably next rotation, see what numbers she's hitting at, but not too often she does get off those 3 supers, but we'll certainly take it whenever we can get that. So a ton of int orbs here, big 24 key super. If we go like that, that opens up the 24 key there as well as giving us a heal in that middle slot. So assuming int cell doesn't finish him off here, we'll get that heal. Whoop, no need. Okay, so let's see. Yep, thought there was one more. And so that works perfectly for us. We'll slide that along like that. Go there into... Sucks to use that, but we can't touch those int orbs because we're going to save them up for int cell next rotation, because we're also going to have our Dokkan attack. So perfect timing for us, and we should do a lot of damage there, and that'll really help in just finishing this last stage nice and quick. I don't want these videos to go for crazy long for you guys, because I know that nobody wants to sit through a half an hour video. I can imagine that a lot of people jump in, grab the rotations, or grab the team, the rotations, and then bounce, and I certainly wouldn't blame you all for that. These missions can be quite lengthy depending on the teams you take in. But 14k with type with type advantage, so that's a bit heftier than I thought it would be. But we'll slide cell into that first slot. Big 24 key super. Big supers there, and we'll just go the full round of big supers. This will be a great damage round for us, especially if we can get the crit on this Dokkan attack, which this cell has pumped out a number of crits throughout the event, so I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that he does the same here. So let's see, that's 4.2 million attack just there down the bottom if you're looking. So let's see. Come on for the crit. No crit, but 3 million. Pretty good number. Type neutral. I guess we could have tried it with this cell, but his numbers are just a little bit lower. Doesn't have the link levels or the rainbow. I've only got 1 dupe in him. Funnily enough, pulled him during the 5th anniversary for the first time on my guaranteed LR ticket, so that was fine. I had already gotten, oh, this will hurt actually. Expect 300k here, I reckon. 360. Good thing we got off that big attack and solid heal there. Otherwise, we could have been in a bit of strife then. But alas, we got off the Dokkan, so we're back up to 400k health. But yeah, I got him for the first time, and then maybe I was still summoning on the Broly Chilean Lemo / Rose legendary banner and pulled him again there. So got the 1 dupe in. It went from not having him to having 1 dupe in him in like 2 days, which is always the case because you always seem to pull the units that you've already got. There's still plenty of those LRs on the legendary banner that I'm hunting, especially KO and Khalifa. Somehow still haven't got them. Certainly want them, they're such a great unit. So, and then you've got UI as well, who on his original banner went in like, what did I go in? I think it was like 1500 stones or something like that, and didn't pull him, so that was heart-wrenching. We're going to take that. Oh, I did get off the 18 key. I was trying to avoid the 18 key. I wanted the heal. And this could hurt a bit actually. 200k, do you reckon? See, ooh, wow, that's a big dodge. That's a really big dodge actually. I don't know whether the friend has put dodge into him or whether that's the hidden potential system firing up for us, but we'll certainly take that because that saved us a pretty significant amount of damage. It's the advantage of always finding rainbow units. And there we go, guys. That is the first stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history done with all the missions. No items used, so really easy run. Didn't even fire off our cell transformation, so hopefully you find the video useful. Hit me up if you need a hand making a team for this. I'll link my Twitter down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.